Hello，你们好，我是花花 Kate. Hello, it's Kate from 中文10分钟. Nice to see you again. Before we start our lesson, I want to tell you, congratulations, we have finished our study of Chinese pinyin. Next, we will move on to Chinese grammar. So, let's start. First, we will still watch some videos. And all these videos are about asking for people's background information in
你
Chinese.
叫什么名字？我叫李月。
Second one,
你是老师吗？我不是老师，我是学生。你是中国人吗？我不是中国人，我是美国人。
Okay, that's all. Let's move on to the next part. Like before, I collected all the text for you from the videos so that you could read these conversations and memorize these conversations more easily. But honestly, as a language learner, I know it is hard for us to even memorize a pretty short conversation. But don't worry, we will use translation as an assistance. And I'll show you how to do that. And I will read this first. I hope you could read with me together. 你叫什么名字? The translation of it is, what's your name? Second, 我叫李月. My name is 李月. And I guess you have noticed the weird English sentence below the Chinese sentence. Yeah, that's because I reorganized the English translation. I made the similar components of two languages symmetrical here, and I believe it will be helpful for you to analyze a whole new language, and I will show you how to do that. Let's look at the first sentence. 你 is a pronoun in Chinese which represents you in English. 叫 is a verb which represents to be called in English. 什么 is an interrogative pronoun which is equivalent to what in English. 名字 is a noun which equals to name in English. The second, 我 is a pronoun which represents I in English. 叫 is a verb which means to be called. Together with I, we choose am to functions as be here. 李月 is a Chinese name. It is also a noun, so it corresponds to 李月 in English. Now let's move on to the second conversation. And I will also analyze this conversation in the same way. First, let's read it. 你是老师吗? Are you a teacher? 我不是老师. I am not a teacher. 我是学生. I am a student. Now component analysis. 你 is a pronoun which represents you in English. 是 is a verb, copular be, which represents are in English. 老师 is a noun phrase which equals to teacher in English. 妈 functions as question mark in English. The second sentence, 我 is a pronoun which represents I in English. 不 is a denial here, which represents not in English. And this denial, this negative form, often appears in front of the verbs in Chinese. So you can see here, 不是 means I am not. 老师 is a noun phrase, which represents teacher in English. 我 a pronoun, represents I in English. 是 verb, couple B. Together with I, we use am as our couple B. 学生 is a noun phrase, which is equivalent to students in English. Okay, the last conversation. Now you could try to pause the video and try to analyze this conversation in the same way. Good job. Now let's check our answers. 你 is a pronoun which represents you in English. 是 is a couple verb. Together with you, we choose R as our couple B. 中国人 is a Chinese noun phrase, which represents Chinese in English. 妈 functions as question mark in English. 我 pronoun represents I. 不是 am not. 中国人 noun phrase represents Chinese. 我 pronoun I. 是 couple B. Together with I, we use am to be our couple B. 美国人 a noun phrase which represents American in English. So this is our analysis of situational communication. Next, let's move on to Chinese grammar. There are 3 Chinese grammar points in today's lesson. Firstly, let's study 疑问代词什么。什么 means what in English, and it has 3 functions. The first one, to be the object by itself in a sentence. For example, 这是什么 and my translation of it, this is what. Just like what in this English sentence, what is the object here? Likewise, 什么 is also the object in this Chinese sentence. Function 2, 什么 add none, act as the objects in a sentence. For example, 这是什么书? My translation, this is what book? What book is the object in this English sentence? Likewise, 什么书 is the object in this Chinese sentence. Function 3, to be an exclamation, which expresses the speaker's shock. For example, if one is saying, 母猪上树了, a pig is climbing a tree, you could give your reaction. 什么? What? The second grammar. Number 2, 是字句, the 是 sentence. Its meaning in English is to be, and it acts as couple B, indicating what something or who somebody is, or something equals to what, or something belongs to whom. For example, 我是中国人. I am Chinese. 是 is a couple of B. Together with I, we choose am as our B. And here are 3 more examples. 李月是老师。李月 is a teacher. 我是美国人。I am American. 我不是老师。I am not a teacher. Next. 用吗的疑问句 interrogative sentence with 吗 It functions as a question mark in English. When ma is added at the end of a declarative sentence, the declarative sentence is turned into a yes or no question. Let's look at this example. Let's cover ma first. 你是老师. You are a teacher. That's a declarative sentence. But if we add a ma at the end of it, then it turns into a yes or no question. You are a teacher. 你是老师吗? And here is a tip of the answer to such kind of yes or no questions. Let's look at this example. 你爱我吗? Do you love me? If we want to give a positive reply, we could say I. And be careful. This answer is exactly the verb in the questions. You could see that they are completely the same. And if we give a negative reply, we add a denial in front of the verb, 不. So we say 不爱. Now you know the answer to this kind of yes or no questions is actually the verb in the questions, just in different forms, positive verb or negative verb. And this is all about our grammar points. If you want to get a hang of this part, you might need to practice more with your friends or your classmates. The last part. 关键词汇 keywords. There are 1到11 Chinese words. It might be hard to memorize 11 Chinese keywords, but it might be easier to memorize only 2 Chinese sentences. Now you could listen to me and read with me. Look at the first sentence. 老师 Anan. Teacher 李月 Chinese name 李月. 教 verb is called. 什么 what. 名字 Anan. Name. So together, 老师李月叫什么名字? Teacher Li Yue is called by what name? The second sentence. 学生 Anan. Students. 我 pronoun I. 是 couple B. Am. 美国人 None. American. 中国人 None. Chinese. Ma functions as a question mark. So let's read it once more. 学生我是美国人或者中国人吗? Student I am American or Chinese? Okay, that's all for today. 谢谢，下次再见. If you like us, please like us and subscribe to our channel. This is Kate from 中文10分钟. Bye bye.